107.5 WBLS, like a beam of light, she has entered the room. Mimi is here, everybody. Mariah Carey. Hello, my girl.
Hello, my darling.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's good to be here.
You know what? I'm going to take you way back because I was just starting at BLS when one night you came into the studio with Frankie Crocker to break Vision of Love. So watching you walk through that door, it wasn't this studio, it was on 2nd Avenue on 42nd Street.
Right.
Do you remember what that feeling was like? Because I know you heard Frankie Crocker on the radio before you even came
I grew up listening to Frankie and listening to WBLS.
Right.
And just like, so my dream was always, I want to hear my song on the radio. Like
Right.
that to me was, I didn't really think beyond that. So then being there with him just in the studio, and it just like blew my mind.
Yeah, it blew our minds too because once we heard the song, because he kept it under wraps until you came in, and then when he played it, it was like, whoa, who is this? And it's been, I don't know how many years, maybe 5
We
or
don't
6?
count.
Yes,
it was
we
like
sure
2
don't.
years ago.
But congratulations on yet another milestone. Yesterday, I heard that Glitter made its way back onto the charts. #1 this time.
Can you believe
on,
that?
I can't believe it after 17 years.
I mean, we don't count, but
Yes, we're not counting.
Justice for Glitter. This was a movement that my fans started. I had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't even a month ago when they started it, though, right? It just
Right.
kind of like happened like this.
It's so funny because they were directing that at me, like, give Glitter some justice, because I don't really perform the songs from the soundtrack. You know, it almost ruined my life. But we're over that. And now, having it go to #1.
They loved the movie. They loved the movie. It's just that I don't know if it came out at the right time or what happened.
Well, it was a very, when it came out.
I
right?
know, around
Yeah.
9/11.
Yeah, with what was going on in the climate when
Absolutely.
it was released, nobody was going out to the movies. Everybody was,
Yeah.
I don't like to bring the conversation to that. But
No. But
you
you're absolutely right. And that's probably had something to do with why the movie didn't do as well then. But we're not
and the
looking
soundtrack,
back.
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, and the soundtrack is #1 now on iTunes.
It's unbelievable.
Amazing. 17 years later. Now we proceed with Caution to the future.
Yes.
And Caution is now going to be #1 because we're going to put that out in the atmosphere and make it #1. Tell me why Caution? Why the name?
Title?
Yeah.
Well, there's a song called, it was called Proceed with Caution. And anyway, we shortened it to Caution. I kind of wish I could recall everything and call it Proceed with Caution again, so we had 2 different titles, but that's okay. It's a record that I did with No ID.
Okay.
And I wrote it with Prince Charles, who's one of my favorite people to collaborate with.
Okay.
We also did the song With You. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, we're going to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wrote it. I recorded it in the Bahamas at this place called Albany, which is incredible. It's a gorgeous studio. They got a hot tub in the studio. It's on
What?
the beach. Yeah.
I'm not surprised, though.
think
That's
it's
how
like-
you roll.
Well, it was the last song I recorded for the album.
Really?
And then I was like, there's something. It's got like kind of like an island, like tropical Spanish guitar type of a vibe to it. So it became. We just listened to it in the car twice in a row. But I just thought, it was a cute little thing. Caution. We announced the track listing with the Caution tape, and I don't know if you saw that moment. That was
Really?
yeah, and we kind of peeled away the tape, the layers.
Okay.
And actually sent each fan a title, and then they kind of got to reveal the track listing themselves.
Nice. And it seems like it's like a family reunion on this album because you got everybody. It seems like this is the Christmas album because everybody done came together. Now, a no-no, well, before you walked in the studio, everybody was talking about a no-no. That's a favorite in
That's
the
one of
room.
my favorites.
How did that come together? Do you just pick up the phone and say, hey, Kim, I need you?
No, see, the thing is, Kim is not actually on the song. It's just
You just
we
sampled.
her remix of Crush on
Really?
You, which is one of my favorite records
Right.
of all time. And then me and my friend Priscilla Renee, I don't know if you have heard of her.
Just heard of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's incredible. She's got an album called Colored. It's
Okay.
great. She's a wonderful artist. Anyway, we wrote the song on top of the beat, and then actually it ended up where Jermaine got involved in it too at the end and changed a couple things around. So it is kind of like
Nice.
a
little
family
reunion.
Yeah.
Right. You have a knack for being able, I don't know if it's your producers, just a collaboration with the producers, where you just pick the perfect samples all the time.
You know what it is? I try to go with songs that give me a certain feeling.
Right.
Like Crush on You is just one of those anthems to
Right.
me. It's one of those ones that you hear it, it makes you happy.
Right.
I love Kim. And fans were doing mashups and stuff, and it was just like
Makes sense.
yeah, it
Yeah.
puts you in a good mood.
You know, because everybody that comes in here, I ask them to make a soundtrack to your life, songs that, represent you growing up or growing pains, or, just take you back to a time when you were on the come up trying to get to where you are today. What, if you had to give me 3 of those songs, what songs would they be? Not your songs, but just songs from growing up in New York City.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I know, yeah.
I gotta pick an era. Like, I grew up listening to the radio, so
Right.
it's kind of like of course, something from Michael Jackson.
Okay.
We'll go with, any song from Off the Wall.
Right. Do you remember meeting him?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a few really great, memorable experiences with him. And
Can you share one?
it's hard because it's emotional. You know what I mean? I actually sang at the funeral. So that was like, I was terrible. It was so hard. I was choked up and I didn't know that I was going to, they were like, Mariah, you're on first. And I was like, I didn't know what to
Right.
do. I didn't mean to go to that place, but it's kind of like, the memories that I have, I haven't really talked about them because they're like personal moments for me because I was such a huge fan. And I had done I'll Be There, the remake of
Yes, I
their
remember.
song. Yeah. With Trey Lorenz.
Trey
my
Lorenz,
friend,
that's
my friend
right.
For years. Yeah,
I
we
knew it was a
still-
duet. Absolutely.
Yeah, we still work together.
Yeah.
But Michael was like, I love what you did with I'll Be There. I remember that. That was
Aw.
like, we had a couple of things in common that we had some private conversations that I'll never forget.
So I'll Be There will probably be on the soundtrack to your life. Give me 2 more.
The original I'll Be There.
The original, right, yeah. but we hold that other one dear to our hearts as well. So number 2, growing up, New York City, listening to WBLS.
It's like listening to WBLS. So many records that how can you pick just 3? It was like
I have like Funkin' for Jamaica. I love that.
And I remade that
You
song.
sure did, honey. Another one that I hold dear to my heart that you redid was Rainy Davis's Sweetheart.
Rainy Davis.
What?
I love her.
Girl.
Yes. Do you know
when you
Val
did
Young?
Sweetheart?
'Cause
Yeah,
I did If You Should
absolutely.
Ever Be Lonely.
Buffalo,
with
New York.
Heartbreaker.
Yep.
Yes. I love her.
I told you, I've been there since we were babies together coming up. I was coming up in radio, you were coming up in music, but every time you came out with a song, it resonated because I grew up at the same time.
Right.
I
always said if I wasn't doing this, I would love to be in radio. Like I
Really?
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't have your own show. And I'm not trying to give you any ideas.
No, we don't need to do.
No?
I'm not trying not coming for your job.
Listen, I'm getting ready to retire in a minute. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Or I'd be doing radio.
Yeah.
Because I went to beauty school too. 500 hours.
Really?
Yes, darling.
Oh, excuse me. 500 hours. That means you got some kind of license.
That means you can't get the full license in New York. I think it's 1,200 hour. I think so. I didn't take my state board test, so I don't
Really? I think we're at that time of our lives when we do a lot of looking back. But also, I think we try to reach back in order to pull forward some of those good things. Because you're still raising children. I already raised mine.
Them babies,
so,
they're 7.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So you will be, having to proceed with caution because you're going to get ready to get into some growth.
I already do.
Already starting to see changes?
Well, it's not changes. They run things.
Oh, yeah. They gonna always run things.
Yeah, they run things. And
Always.
I'm blessed to have them. So it's really nice.
So it's always good to see the Mariah Carey family portrait when we see you on stage too. The last time you came here, I saw you brought them on stage as well.
They love it.
I know.
Yeah. When they were born, I had like a playlist, and I had Fantasy, the live version from Madison Square Garden. Because I had whatever, we don't want to get into all the details,
right.
But when you have twins, they gotta cut you and stuff like that nowadays.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, what's the song that I want them to hear? Just of course, they're never going to remember it.
Right.
But subliminally, it would be there. So I wanted them to come out to the applause. So they
and they
love being on stage.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They were doing it and doing it well. You could see that Mommy has very much implemented this entertainment thing in them. And who knows? I mean, Mommy and Daddy both have it. So, I mean, it's just innate.
They have
with
no
them.
stage fright.
It
They're like, we want to
didn't
come
seem
on
like
stage.
it.
There's no stage fright.
It seemed like on the side of the stage, because I could see before they came out, they were just anxious to get out there, you know?
They even came out with the Halloween costumes on. We were in Tokyo. And they came out with the Halloween costumes on and kind of like, say hey to the audience.
Do they come out during the Christmas tour?
Well, I'm going to Europe to do some shows for Christmas. I usually do a show in New York. Yeah.
And we usually look forward to that.
And I do too, because there's no place like New York. I mean, I go to Aspen because I gotta have the snow and the whole thing. I'm kind of festive, in case you didn't know.
Because you're also a staple in our Christmas music list. I mean, there is not a person in this room who has a Christmas list, and you're not in it. So we look forward to hearing you, around that time. I know you used to have like 25 shows at the Beacon Theater.
Yeah, well, we're coming back next year's anniversary of Merry Christmas.
My
first Christmas album. I have two Christmas albums.
Well, we don't have to wait that long because Caution, the tour, will be here.
Yes.
March 25th.
March 25th.
2 days before your birthday.
I don't have birthdays, only anniversaries.
Oh, that's right.
Darling.
I'm sorry. We don't count. I forgot.
No, it's not even that. I just call them anniversaries, and then they don't matter. They don't count.
Right.
They matter, but they're not.
It'll be a nice anniversary gift if you get those tickets once you hear that they're on sale for the Caution Tour, March 25th at the Garden.
I'm not sure exactly which venues it. But I think we might be at Radio City.
Oh, nice.
It's more of an intimate show.
Yeah, I love Radio City.
But next year, because the Christmas shows were at the Beacon, we're going to do a show at the Garden for Christmas and have like a really big festive extravaganza.
Yes. And you'll be having an extravaganza at the Caesar's Palace. You're going back.
Yes, darling.
You are just doing it and doing it and doing it. Well, Songwriter Hall of Fame. Everybody give her a round of applause. Nominee for 2019. That's right.
It's not a win yet, but you know what? It's
we're putting it out
just to be nominated. And last year, Jermaine Dupri won, and I was there to help
induct
him. That's my dear friend.
I know. I just spoke to him not too long ago about you. Yeah. Yeah. Also, on a sad note, we lost Kim Porter yesterday. Have you had a chance to reach out to Puffy at all? It took everybody. I mean, yesterday. On top of everything we were dealing with here in New York City, that made it much sadder.
I know.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yes, indeed.
Thoughts and prayers are with her family.
Absolutely, because she spent a lot of time in New York City.
Yes.
So definitely our thoughts and prayers out to the Porter family. And you know what? Blessings to you and your family. Thank you for sharing your children with us. Thank you for sharing your musical children, which are your albums. Thank you for sharing Caution with us as well. Today, make sure you go to iTunes and make this #1 as well as Glitter. Might as well pick up Glitter 2 for 1. All right, go ahead and pick up Glitter while you're at it. I hear Glitter's like $4.99 or something.
But you know what? It's not available for streaming, and that was part of the movement why the fans got so into it, because you can't stream it if you wanted to, so that they actually bought copies of it. It's not even, you can't
they
get
did.
it.
Yeah.
And then for it to go to #1, that's why it's such a big moment.
It is.
You know what I mean? So
it truly is. So you've got so much to celebrate. Keep celebrating because you wear it well. You look phenomenal.
You as well. And I appreciate the
you.
support. It's so good to be here. Again, at the station that I grew up loving and listening to my whole life. I've been in California for a while, so it's like so good to be back here.
But it's good to have you here. And that's why we always look forward to Beacon Theater, the 25 shows. But maybe next year we'll get 25 out of you at the Beacon. You'll make up 50.
Next year's the anniversary,
that's
so we're
right.
gonna do something special.
I'm looking forward to it. Everybody, Mimi, Mariah, Carey, y'all.
Thank you so much.